This is a short documentary about the subject that had this 22 years of uh, training for MKU project MK Ultra, like tests, voluntarily he tested all the tests that MK Ultra CIA had, but he multiplied them. Uh, and he said that when shamans or medicine men in America, they have to do 365 days of ayahuasca. Well, he did 365 research chemical poisons, medicines, everything, and learned how the brains work. And here's some tips. If you want to see through walls or use everything as a sharp reflection, you can do these meditation steps like uh, meditation with eyes open. There is these two phases. One is that the vision is going blue, tint gray. This is the moment when your uh, mind starts to concentrate on the inside, not on the outside. In this point, you might want to wiggle your legs and hands to have them with to see the inside and the outside at the same time. That is the point. So when you can see the inside and the outside at the same time, then you can use the potential of the brain that is not elsewhere usable. Brains do remember eidetically, and when you watch a car driving by and the blue reflection on the roof is repeated by your mind, you can eventually see the register number of the car and the color and the driver. And by repeating the same image, it is just the brains, they use the things, they are extremely sophisticated to perceive things. And this thing here is some kind of CT scan and ultrasound. We can see these entities or these things outside and inside his body that are not so rare if you have ever done these poltergeist machines that produce light balls and all the kind of this. These are the 70s. All the tests are based in the book Parapsychology or Coincidence from 1970, and the most of it has done with the quantum fields and has very good explanations of the phenomena. All these tests and explanations have somehow vanished from the internet. Once the internet said that there is an atomar random variable, and now there suddenly isn't, and now there's no mind training tricks. And I think there might be the reason that if there is a agency like Central Intelligence Agency, they might not want anyone else to learn these techniques because they know the techniques are real, but they didn't learn them by themselves. That is because they did the experiments to unknown patients. If you teach or learn brains, it's no use to learn another brains. You've got only theory. Learn your own brains, then you get knowledge and skills. Our photography is based on the same kind of things. This is holographic photography of the object. The object found a glass ball from 25 minus Celsius degrees molten puddle It was a perfect glass bar with minerals inside, which are perfect for traveling, food for viruses and phages if traveling millions and millions of years in interstellar space. He says after the finding of the sphere, he heard that his name is De'ilei B'Tselem, which means God's shadow or picture in Hebrew. I rather think I just checked out if there is any meaning. I hope it doesn't relate to the Salem delayed named lady in Salem States, because that sounds like witchcraft. And witchcraft is forbidden in this Christian world of goodness and yes, and there you can see the manifestation of the mind that comes from the subjects that might be his head. There comes these entities that gain different shapes. They are shapeshifters. These can travel to dimensions and for example, walk inside someone's head and same thoughts, and after quantizing with the quantum part memories in the victim's brains, make the victim shoot anyone or kill himself. This is how the gateway assassins do it, if they are fully learned the techniques of the gateway process. Information here is extremely secret, but I don't know why, because it rarely has any modern day nothing. What would you do if you would look like that kind of shit? You would do nothing. You wouldn't even check your mirror. You would be ashamed of your fucking insect-like face and try to wiggle it a little less that you could get the human face back. Do you know how hard that is? The hologram must be just in the right place to seem like a human. The light has to align. Now when the light is aligned, the person seems like trying to look everywhere, trying to form every kind of form and deform. I think that kind of life is kind of miserable. But to my eyes, he's like a human being. I can't see the CT scan results or even I'm looking at the screens at the same time when I'm picturing the subject. Those electromagnetic fractal things are the same as that happens in the upper atmosphere. And if you can see, there are also these fighter jets, because they have electricity in them, they can be controlled. Not only by computer, but only by mind power only. Machines can be controlled with mind power. It is tested and proven. And this test subject showed extremely prominent numbers of the retrokinesis. Retrokinesis refers to changing the past. That is kind of what it is, but the more specific use of the retrokinesis word is controlling digital machines and computer parameters without touching them with fingers. Like if you have a different, complex enough program, there is always a ghost in the shell. The program has a property that is not written to it, and so has you. There was this pioneer of these kinds of psychoactive studies. He was funded by the Central Intelligence Agency too, and was responsible of spreading LSD-25 compound to rock culture and like Beatles. And Beatles was a CIA project, just as Sex Pistols. Uh, they are psychological projects to get people to admire something that is not so admirable and not so profitable. But yeah, Timothy Leary said, question authority, learn to operate your brains. The one who controls your eyeballs controls your thoughts.